Rated E for everyone.
Dear PlayStation, my kids never want to hang out with me, but wait till they see this.
Yeah, not to be Buzzkill McGee here, but a better way to spend time with Kyle, Abby, and your lovely wife Jenny is to buy them a PS3.
Sponsored by Surfshark VPN. PlayStation 3, a console made with the internet in mind. A lot of these games I'm reviewing integrated online features or DLC that are now lost to time. Playing these games today means playing a fraction of the experience. That's assuming they're not completely gone by the time you watch this. So, let's cover some of the best, worst, weird, or whatever games. Got something you want me to review? Put it down below. I might cover the Wii next. It's Juice and Jam time.
New opponent is ready to face you.
We want fun, and you might as well face it. We wanna have fun, and we wanna get wasted.
A 2-liter bottle of Shasta and my all-Rush mixtape. Let's rock.
When we hit
So with the rise of digital-only distribution, it was the start of games copying the Apple Music iTunes format, selling the cheap, limited game and extra content separately. Except imagine if iTunes had you buy songs individually with no option to buy the whole album at a cheaper price. That's Pain, which coincidentally is also this game's title. From the studio that brought you several Cool Border and Life is Strange titles, comes what is even less of a game. Pain feels like a tech demo. You're just launching ragdolls into a map causing a chain reaction. Yet making this vid, I spent a lot of time messing around, laughing my ass off at all this. You can cause so much chaos and find secrets hiding about, like 2 guys hanging from the gallows. What's going on here? And their cabin is rigged to explode? Is this a mob hit? What the hell? Oh, never mind. It was just a bunch of dummies. While Europe got a physical release, in America, Pain is download only. For $10, you get the base game, which is 1 stage and 2 characters. Seems more like what a free demo should give you, as all the DLC feels overpriced. And there's a lot of DLC, new modes, maps, and beloved guest characters such as Daxter, Fat Princess, and Emo Girl, my favorite, David Hasselhoff, George Takei, Andy Dick, Flava Flav, Katsuaki Kato, the editor-in-chief of Famitsu Magazine, Elvira?
Alrighty, time to jump back into the old coffin.
It's such a crude game, like look at this. You launch this poor emo into the museum, she enters a whale, and out the poop hole she goes. Comedy gold. Money well spent. There's a lot of other DLC modes like pinball or racing where you just gotta scoot your way to the finish line. It's floaty and not very fun. Best of all, you can buy an Axe body spray mascot. What a relic! You can buy a character that's an advertisement. Even he has a custom PS3 theme. Honest to God, this is the worst menu theme you can make. But fret not, the developers pumped out menu themes for practically every DLC character. But not the emo girl! Why? There's the schoolgirl at least.
Gamer girl! Gamer girl!
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pain was a little ahead of its time, predating stuff like Goat Simulator by 7 years. It must have done well to have so many updates. 3D TVs and motion controller support. It's an overpriced tinker toy that can't handle the theme park stage, God help it. Honestly, I think I spent $40 total for this segment, and I kinda hate myself. Paint is fun, but was way overpriced. Looking at this emo girl, it's just a reminder of the financial mistakes I've made. I don't want to look at her, so into the trash she goes. Sorry, girl. I'll tip you on OnlyFans.
I hear they named a cocktail after me. The Bloody Mary. Oh, God, I hate that name. Come sunrise, all of your free will be mine.
Screw you.
One of Sony's biggest icons on the PS3 was the game Infamous, an open-world superhero title about Cole McGrath, a man who shoots electricity and can't climb a chain-link fence. There were 2 mainline games for the console, though tonight I'm covering the digital-only spin-off, Festival of Blood. It was released as a $10 game you can beat in about 2 hours. While it recycles the map and moveset from the second entry, you don't need to own that title to play this. Festival is basically a non-canon Halloween episode taking place during Pyre Night, where the whole town is celebrating vampire lore. I love the aesthetic just walking through the crowds of any fictional event in-game. Stuff like this, or Splatfest, makes me wish I wasn't under house arrest in this flying taxi for eternity. On this night, the hero of the series, Cole, meets Bloody Mary. Say that name 3 times fast.
Bloody Mary.
Wait, I was just kidding, don't do that! After one bite, Cole has become a vampire. Before the morning comes, you must defeat Mary, or else she'll destroy the city and turn Cole into a slave while being forced to wear a sailor outfit, apparently.
Sun's almost up, Mary. And I got no intention of being your sailor bitch.
Oh, no. That's terrible to be turned into a vampire girl's slave and have to dress as some femboy sailor. Oh, no, please, not that.
All them goths love to make cemetery maps and then put them online. Man, I'd love to get me a goth girl. All that eye makeup, that'd be like kissing a raccoon. Whew, that's hot.
So, Infamous is known for you choosing between a good or evil option, each with their own set of powers to gain, but Festival of Blood is evil only. You're highly encouraged to suck the blood of civilians to power your limited flying abilities. The characters justify this as a sacrifice, killing a few people to save the whole city, but the campaign is so short that this moral dilemma is barely explored. The gameplay itself has the standard beat-em-up missions with no final boss. You just face a gauntlet of Mary's simps coming to White Knight for her. It's pretty underwhelming. Too bad for them, there's only room in this catacomb for one femboy simp. Lock and load! Upon completion, you're given the achievement called Fangs for Playing. Fangs for Playing? That pun barely freaking works. Even Monster High would tell you that's a crappy pun. I would have accepted Ghoul Job or Booyah. I don't know. Well, with the story completed, all there's left to do is fight random enemies and collect diary entries detailing Mary's backstory. There are some user-created missions on the map back when fans could create and share their own challenges, but they're now unplayable without the servers. It's just here to taunt you. The only user-created missions you can play are in the mainline story created by the developers to promote said creation tools. This part of the story is jarringly told through the Create a Mission's other feature, a comic creator slideshow. It kinda cheapens out. Overall, Festival of Blood is a fine extra chapter for $10, later discounted to $5. On one hand, it's a good deal, but on the other, I wouldn't mind paying a bit more should it offer a better final boss. Oh, look, you can still give a star rating to the developers' user-created missions. People are at it to this day while asking for a remaster. 3 stars. It's a mission. Well, this one level had too many annoying mini-bosses that'll spam you, so 1 star. Yeah, we'll be back with more PS3 after these messages. Are you tired of this happening? Well, you need Surfshark VPN. Yes, sir, the sponsor of tonight's video. What's a VPN? It's great. It changes your internet region and protects your privacy. You got Netflix, just switch regions and bam, you can see what other countries have on their Netflix. It's that easy. How about something to keep you safe, especially on public Wi-Fi? Nothing can stop you. Use the code RebelTaxi to get 83% off plus 3 extra months. Don't like that? You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Oh, what? You got an incognito window on your browser? Wow, that's completely useless. Surfshark VPN. It's got clean web. This thing will block malicious ads, trackers, and malware. Don't trust an internet provider. Trust Surfshark VPN. Use the code RebelTaxi to get 83% off plus 3 extra months. You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. VPN.
I'm the trash man.
Causing much mayhem, dropping drama. Causing much mayhem, dropping drama. Causing much mayhem, dropping drama. Gotta go well to
Oh, sweet Fast and Furious font. Puzzle games aren't always the most graphics intensive, but Sony's Japan studio just had to drop its 12-inch cock on the poker table.
endless trash!
Trash Panic is like an uncircumcised Tetris, except with garbage. You gotta keep compacting trash to prevent an overflow. As simple as it sounds, there's no story or tutorial beyond a long slideshow of instructions. Oh, what type of trash are you all? I'm food and explosive.
I'm the trash man.
What you need to understand is smashing everything is not ideal. Explosive devices are worthless if they're crushed. There'll also be more sacred items you gotta gently put down just for these little heartless guys, like this ring. Yay, there he goes! So what do you get in return? Well, on the top left, you can always store one piece of trash for later. As a thank you, those guys will swap out whatever's there for a tiny item. It's useful if you're holding a massive object that'll be a hindrance. Again, it's only if you're careful with those sacred items. Uh-oh.
I throw trash all over the ring.
As a pro-environmental game, Trash Panic teaches us the best way to get rid of trash is to light it on fire in a city park or mountainside. Some trash will contain water, but thankfully these pink orbs that seem to mutate into an Umbrella Corporation experiment just love water. Stay hydrated and don't ever drop that thing into the ocean, okay? What are these orbs? I don't know, but you're also judged for being good or evil. Eco versus ego. Yeah, read the long-ass manual, cause it's not clear how to get an eco-friendly ending. For doing a good job, you get to dump the game developer credits into the trash, something Sony is very proud to do. Should you get a bad ending, all you get is this still image.
Oh God, what have I done?
See, I told you not to buy those NFTs. So I see a lot of negative user reviews for Trash Panic saying it's too hard or confusing. Considering the overbearing instructions hidden away, I'm not surprised this didn't do better. I could never beat the free demo. Yet once you know what you're doing, it'll still be difficult, but you'll actually enjoy Trash Panic.
Endless trash! Welcome one, welcome all to the new season of the MRC, the Modnation Racing Championship. 28 of the most exciting, exploding, life-threatening demolition kart races in the whole wide world.
What Little Big Planet did to platformers, Modnation Racers did the same to go-karting. Both added a feature to the genre that is undoubtedly more important than gameplay: customization. Honestly, we all spend minutes on gameplay, then spend hours creating a car, creating a racer, creating a track. There's both a ton of options while also being very easy to use. Designing a raceway is as simple as driving this flying machine paving a road, yet once you lay the streets out, are you too much of a lazy piece of crap to decorate that track or add item boxes and boost pads? Well, you have the option to auto-populate the track and modify it from there. As for making a driver, it's very much inspired by vinyl figure art that was picking up popularity in the late 2000s, which, correction to an earlier vid, the Nutchat co-creator did not work on Modnation, they just interviewed him to promote the game since he designs figures. Anyway, the same creation tools apply to your vehicles. Select from a ton of car bodies, convertibles, dump trucks, lawnmowers. Check out my ride. But I'm kinda second guessing the body type I chose, and I already added all these decorations. I can't change the body type now. Or can I? Things like this and even an undo button does so much. Modnation has one of the greatest creator functions in gaming. But okay, after spending 2 hours customizing, let's actually race in the campaign mode.
Here we are, down at the carts looking for Fade. He's the stealthiest racer out there. In fact, half the time, no one even knows he's there.
Well, that's something you can relate to, isn't it, Gary?
The story's formatted like a sports broadcast hosted by these two, Biff and Gary. The former being such an abusive asshole. They're snarky, and then there's just malicious.
We're trackside as the racers line up and we...
Oh, could you be a little more boring, Gary?
Listen, ouch, rejected.
Something you're quite used to.
Oh, denied.
And that too.
You really need to practice if you're going to nail the challenging Wild Run course.
I wish you could practice your commentating, Gary.
My commentating is well above par, Biff.
That's just it, Gare. Above par is a lousy score. I hope you don't do golf stats, too.
I don't understand the problem here, Biff.
On the fairway of life, Gary, you're a walking triple bogey.
What is wrong with this man? Chill out, and he's voiced by Richard Epcar. With any rude remarks, all I can hear is Mortal Kombat's Raiden being a total a-hole yet again.
If you must die, so be it!
Hey, man, you play with fire.
Now, to spice up the typical kart racer formula, drifting and doing spin tricks will fill your power bar. You can use that bar for turbo, but also a barrier. Shields deplete your energy bar instantly, so your timing better be perfect. It's required if you want to beat the game. Even on rookie difficulty, the later campaign missions will destroy you.
Let's just pretend like this never happened.
Now, with item boxes, you're given a weapon, but if you save it and run over more item boxes, you'll level up that weapon. Very much like Diddy Kong Racing, Modnation has a lot of great ideas and is challenging if you want another CTR. The only thing I hate is the countdown at the start.
3, 2, 1.
That long pause is disorienting. How about timing it like a metronome where you space it out evenly? For some reason, the length of that pause changes. Maybe it's a millisecond long, maybe it's a full second, you don't know. To get a boost means guessing the timing. It's stupid, but that's as bad as it gets. One of Modnation Racers' best features, and its worst, is the now defunct online. Back when the servers were still up, this Splatoon-like hub map had other players wondering about. You could see featured creations, the top racers, or previews of upcoming DLC. Now, that's all gone. Even the DLC has been delisted, so you can't play as any beloved Sony mascots in all their well-translated glory. Ugh. Most heartbreaking is you can't even download the official Flow from Progressive Insurance DLC pack. Honestly, looking up old photos and videos of what players have made online gets me kinda bummed. This is my first time playing, and it's too late. I really missed out on such a thriving community capable of so much. All those fantastic creations are forever inaccessible. Unless you want to recreate it yourself, which I ain't got time for that, hell no. At least the physical copies are still playable. Modnation Racers did well enough to have a sequel for Vita and another for PS3 until it got rebranded into Little Big Planet Karting. Feels like Sony was maybe brushing Modnation under the rug, but I guess it doesn't matter now since the studio, United Front Games, shut down. R.I.P. This franchise deserves so much more.
Holy cow, you're in the lead.
What a huge lead! We could have fit another race in that gap.
We'll be back with more PS3 after these messages.
Total television.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Not this time.
There's a kick-ass game? You've heard of Marvel's Ultimate Alliance? Well, get ready for Mark Millar's Abysmal Legions. Remember in those Marvel games, exploring these worlds, talking to people, switching characters on the fly with friends and AI? Well, Kick-Ass the game is kinda like that, except it's a two-player linear beat-em-up. No exploration, no AI partners, no switching characters during a level.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
You would think during the campaign you can change characters after you finish a stage. Well, no. Changing characters means starting the story mode all over again, so I stuck to playing Hit Girl. Her gun's long range and can be easily exploitive. Just get some high ground and shoot, it auto-aims for you. Meanwhile, all Kick-Ass has is 2 sticks. I guess it's accurate to the source. Speaking of, the game is a confused mixture of the movie and comic, both a darkly funny series about normal people dressing up as heroes. Any action movie by Matthew Vaughn I will love. Goddamn, drop my Magnum webcomic in front of his monster directing chair, yeah.
Oh man, I just took a huge shit. My shit is so hot, it's gonna light the bathroom.
What a fucking douche.
The in-game models are the movie designs, while their health bar and cutscenes are recycled from the comics, despite the art totally being different. To keep the story going, they play clips of the movie on an old-ass iPhone. Why? Did they want to save on the file size? Now, it doesn't matter who you play as. The story mode will set up somebody like Kick-Ass going into action, despite the possibility of you choosing to play a different hero. It's so disjointed, sometimes your character will switch into someone else once a cutscene plays.
Hey, you guys got a problem?
Yeah, you're the problem.
Let's fuck him up.
What a fucking douche.
Well said, child.
So you wanna play? I never play.
Now, right before a cutscene ends, an enemy can get a few free shots in before you're given control. What a joke. They can even hurt you from the other side of a closed door. Kick-Ass is a monotonous beat-em-up, but there's some interesting ideas like, the junkyard fight with the magnet dropping cars everywhere. That's kind of fun. And, fire. Yeah, if an explosion causes a fire, the bad guys aren't too worried about self-preservation. You only YOLO once. God, this is such a cheap-ass game that'll straight up recycle massive sections of the same map. Oh, and the final battle, just like the movie, has you shooting up the place in a jetpack. Simply by strafing one direction, they cannot hit you at all. Also, question, why does this bathroom have a big-ass display window? Talk about a shit show.
Hey, it's Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass the game. It's like the first movie, but shitty. Kick-Ass the game. It's like the second movie, but better.
Time for a beatdown.
Okay, the second movie was fine. It wasn't that bad.
The stage is set. A storm is coming. The land braces itself. Welcome to MotorStorm.
I wanna take you on a roller coaster.
E3 2005, one of the earliest games ever shown for the PS3 was MotorStorm. According to Sony, this was what the then upcoming PlayStation 3 was capable of. The amount of polygons and poopy mud physics was leagues above the previous console generation's poopy mud physics. It just looked unreal. Which it was. During this generation, marketing companies relied far more on fake, pre-rendered footage, a trend that has yet to go away. Watching a game trailer now means looking at a short animated film and expecting the actual product to be 10% as good looking. In defense of MotorStorm, it still looks fantastic. By 2006, we spent our whole lives watching screens in 480i, so jumping to a glorious 720p was a whole nother level. Held in Monument Valley, MotorStorm 2006 was a type of Burning Man festival mixed with Mad Max. It was awesome. I was there, smoked a doobie, and managed to show up in the footage here. Oh man, that hairstyle, it's so embarrassing now. In-game, you got different vehicles all together racing the same track at the same time. Trucks, cars, buggies, MX, and ATVs unleashed. There's many alternate pathways, some of which are made for specific vehicles. Smaller bikes fit narrow ramps and can get big air, while bigger trucks can drive through blockades and mud, though be careful. Hit a slightly elevated bump on the road and your ride will either crumble to pieces, flip over, or careen into a crowd of festival attendees with baller taste in music.
Is this bass really strong enough?
Back then, with how cruel MotorStorm's physics were, it really turned me off from the rest of the series. I hated this game. In retrospect, now that I'm in my 50s, I came back to the series and really started to appreciate it. Just the utter chaos of different vehicles together is a sight to behold. It's a real showcase for all the scrap metal and shock absorber physics visually chipping away at your rig. But it doesn't run so well with constant loading. Selecting your vehicle is agonizing, having to load each 3D model as you browse. For God's sakes, just show me a bunch of JPEGs to select from. You'll also be able to race on some nighttime stages, but the vehicles have no headlights. Was it too taxing on the hardware? Oh, and there's no local multiplayer or a simple select a car, select a track, and race option. You just have to sort through the campaign missions to find the specific combination of things you want to play. This lack of a basic feature becomes infuriating with the DLC, cause get ready for this. After the multiplayer server shut down in 2012, you can still purchase DLC cars and tracks, but do not buy them. The game needs to have a patch update, which you can no longer do. I bought all the DLC and can't even play it. Literally, thanks for nothing. Even if you have the updates, the only way to race those new tracks offline is in the Time Trials DLC. You know, if you want to race all by yourself like some chronic jack-off screaming a cartoon character's name as you climax, I've been there. Good times. MotorStorm was totally rushed out for an early PS3 release. Very punishing, but it can be a total thrill. The best thing to say is my long list of complaints was all fixed in the sequels. Pacific Rift and Arctic Edge are among my favorite racers. If only Sony felt the same way. MotorStorm 4 Apocalypse in some territories was either delayed or wasn't sold due to the 2011 Tohoku earthquake. This greatly affected the sales, and developer Evolution Studios shut down soon after. There hasn't been another MotorStorm festival since the PS3 era. R.I.P. Maybe we can attend one again someday. We'll be back with more PS3 after these messages. To cap this video off, how about instead of a game, I cover a piece of history. The first couple of years for the PS3 was a joke. It cost too much, there were hardly any games, developers found it difficult to program for, the logo was taken from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and their commercials were just awful.
Everyone hated that baby.
Hated a baby?
So around 2009 came a rebrand. That means first getting rid of that Spider-Man font. It's here where Sony pumped out a new PS3 model, reduced the price, and created a new spokesperson, one that's far more down to earth. If Nintendo had Reggie Fils-Aimé, Sega had Segata Sanshiro, then Sony had Kevin Butler.
Dear PlayStation, just got my copy of the show. It's just like the real thing.
Thanks, Chief. It's the most realistic baseball game ever, so even guys like you and me with no talent whatsoever can feel the rush of being in the show.
But I'm the American League MVP.
Sure you are, big guy.
Joe Mauer?
Mauer.
Dude, we went fishing in Cabo.
I'm not even allowed in Mexico.
Then where did I get this?
Well played, Mauer.
The show. Rated E for everyone.
Played by actor Jerry Lambert, Kevin was a fictional executive who answers questions about Sony products in his own ways. To me, he kind of comes off as some sort of 1950s PSA father figure, both corny but also a Chad at the same time. With him around, this was a totally new brand of PlayStation that felt way more fun. The console was really picking itself up from its terrible early years, and everyone loved Kevin Butler, even NPR Radio, who named this sandwich after him. That crap looks like a Chernobyl's elephant's foot. If they named the sandwich after me, I would have torched that radio station. Kevin's ads were so popular he got to be a playable character in Little Big Planet karting, and was ripped off by some random channel in New Zealand called TV3.
Dear PlayStation, just got my PS3. So what you got?
What do I got? 2 words. Montage.
Dear TV3, we heard about something big on Monday nights.
So what have you got?
2 words. Montage.
You'd think this was like a parody or a homage, yet Butler's ads never aired in that territory, and the population of New Zealand consists of about 12 people, half of them being extras in Peter Jackson movies, so I guess they didn't expect anyone to notice, but the internet did. Was there a lawsuit? Nah, Sony would never do that. They just made a blog post about it. Supposedly, Kevin wrote an open letter to the country in hopes of promoting more games. But that wasn't the last controversy, as Kevin managed to piss off the Nigerian government.
I got a tip that you were making the PS3 $299. Confirm or deny?
$299? Bernie, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. Otherwise, I'd be a Nigerian millionaire by now.
That line was a reference to scam emails that people to this day still get. Yet Nigeria felt it was an attack on their reputation, so the ads were reshot.
$299? Bernie, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. That's how World War I got started.
There was another controversy where somebody tweeted to Kevin's official Twitter this random sequence of numbers and letters. Whoever ran Kevin's Twitter replied to that tweet joking that it was a game of Battleship. Turns out this code was used to hack the PS3, and Kevin gave it to his many followers. Not a big deal since that exploit was quickly patched up beforehand. Despite all that, it was going pretty well. Kevin was the face of PS3 and beloved by all. His success inspired Sony to make a similar spokesperson for the PSP, Marcus Rivers.
Rated E for everyone.
Dear PSP, my older brother keeps stealing my PSP. How do I get it back?
I guess he's not as dumb as he looks, huh?
No, but seriously.
It's Bobby Says!
If he's busy with your PSP, I'm sure his lady friend could use someone to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Step your game up. Marcus, PSP. PlayStation.
Yeah, Marcus was not as well regarded. He came off as too hip and trendy. Looking back, he had his own style of humor. Together with Kevin, they contrast well with each other.
Name the best PSP game under $10.
SOCOM, Fire Team Bravo.
Favorite snack?
I consume a healthy amount of suckers online every day.
Like that answer.
But I'll talk more about Marcus some other time. Overall, Kevin was just one of the best marketing mascots Sony could ever get. Yet, by 2012, the lawsuit hit. Betrayal! Kevin's actor Jerry Lambert happened to be in a commercial for Bridgestone tires. No big deal, though that tire commercial featured a tie-in promotion with the Nintendo Wii, PlayStation's competitor.
Guys, what are you doing? Oh, we're just testing our new Wii, and it's all thanks to Bridgestone's new Game On promotion.
That's right.
Sony did not like that, so they sued Jerry, Bridgestone Tires, and the marketing agency. By signing a contract to be Kevin Butler, Jerry agreed to not promote a competitor's product, a rule that he broke.
You betrayed us, Farid. And for what?
After losing the case, Lamberg agreed not to appear in any commercials for any gaming or PC products for at least 2 years. Only then is he allowed back at Sony. Kevin also must give details to Sony about any other commercials he'll appear in, to which they'll decide if he's allowed to be in them. This was in 2012, and as I make this video, Kevin Butler still has never returned to Sony. His actor Jerry Lambert seems to have moved on to other roles, like Principal Ablin in ABC's American Housewife, or Sex Offender in Family Guy, a classic.
The move sharpshooter, because they may take our sports, and they may even take a few of our lives, but they'll never take our shooters!
And that was the end of Kevin Butler. I'd say maybe Sony would bring him back for nostalgia's sake. Hell, the Domino's Pizza Noid keeps coming back. But would he really want to work with the company that sued him? It's a real shame. Kevin had such a prideful energy about gaming.
So long live the kind of play that turns 5 more minutes into 5 more hours. Long live owning a TV that's worth more than your car. Long live what brought all of us to this party in the first place. Play.
Like, for anyone else to say this about gamers would just be the cringiest thing ever, and maybe these days he'd be brushed off as another corporate relatable mascot. But for the time, he sold us on both these games and that persona. Kevin Butler was exactly what PlayStation needed at the time.
Because every gamer is a true gamer. Motion gamers, sitting gamers, everyone. And though we may pledge fanboy allegiances to different flags, deep down inside we all serve one master, one king. And his name is gaming. Forever may he reign!
Don't you want a rematch?
Dear PlayStation, I'm going against Steve on this Modnation Racers track I made. He's pretty good. Man up, Twitchy. This is your house. You created this track, made these shortcuts. The whole PlayStation network's scared of your squish-block things. Yeah. This track's a part of you, like an undersized jockstrap. Yeah. Some Steve's gonna defile it like a junkyard sofa? Wrong! Wrong is so right, it's wrong, right? I think so. No, you know so.
Modnation Racers, rated E for everyone.